If you are listening to this, there's a good chance that you're a woman in the corporate world who feels stuck in your career and you're not sure how to advance. If that's the case, I want to let you know that I have an incredible resource that can help you. I created a promotion readiness checklist with you in mind. The checklist can help you pinpoint exactly what you need to work on to advance in your career. And the best part, it's completely free and it only takes 3 minutes to complete. I have helped countless women like you achieve their career goals, and I know exactly what it takes to succeed in the corporate world. My promotion readiness checklist is a perfect tool to help you get started on your path to success. You will find the link on the episode website, or you can go on nowomanleftbehind.com to take the quiz. Welcome back. We are now on the final episode of the Certified High Performance Program mini series. I wanted to do a little bit of a preview of what certified high performance coaching is and how it could impact you in your life. So this is the fifth installment, but this is in the certified high performance program. It's session number 6. So this, again, the program is 12 1-hour sessions, 12 weeks in a row, and we talk about different themes. And in this session 6, we will be talking about influence. Now, I have had some people, whenever I'm coaching influence, say, oh gosh, this feels really icky, like the word influence. It almost feels like I need to try to manipulate people. And of course, my answer to that comment is, we never think of influence it's most certainly not to influence someone negatively or for them to do anything negative or in any way, shape, or form. So I always like to tell my clients that when we say influence, think of the word impact. How do you want to impact others in your life? I think that word impact still kind of means the same thing as influence, but it takes that negative connotation that sometimes shows up for people. Not for everybody, but for a few people it has shown up. So when we start talking about the theme of influence, we always start with, what does influence mean to you? And, we always kind of work on that definition and confirm that it's in a positive connotation and that influence is kind of more, how are you impacting people? What does that word mean to you? Then we transition to, tell me about who has been the most influential person in your life and why. How did they influence you? What is it about that person that influenced you? So for me, I can tell you exactly 2 people that influenced my life. Now, the first one, I can't tell you their name because I don't know and I cannot remember. And now it's like many, many, many years ago. But when I moved from Mexico City to Texas, I started freshman year in high school. I was 15, I think. And I met with my guidance counselor, and for the life of me, I don't even remember if it was a male or a female, but I met with my guidance counselor, and they looked at my grades, and we had this whole conversation, right? But I was trying to figure out the language because I came from speaking Spanish to speaking English. So I was trying to figure out the language, trying to figure out what the heck was going on, because it was hard for me to understand things. Like the very first day of freshman year, I didn't even know what a freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior was. I had no idea what the 3 branches of the US government were, things like that. So I was trying to discern so many different things and just trying to survive. So when I went to my guidance counselor, they looked at my grades and from Mexico, and they said, oh, you have really good grades. It seems like you're very dedicated. So I am going to put you on the college preparatory track instead of the vocational track. So who knows? I could have ended up being in beauty school. Not that there's anything wrong with that, or being in some kind of trade, but I didn't have the choice because this particular guidance counselor influenced me for the positive, and they put me in the college preparatory track. So that's a person that I wish I could go back and thank them, but I just figured out that it's like 37 years from the time that I graduated high school. So that person's probably not even alive anymore, but I thank them, whoever they were. The second person that influenced me in my life was Mrs. Garcia, junior year algebra. This woman was a powerhouse. She was confident, she was authoritative, she was incredibly intelligent because she's teaching us algebra. And then later on, she became my geometry teacher. And I just loved her because she was someone that I admired in my life, that I could look up to, both in kind of like, wow, I could be like her when I grow up. So okay, so back to the topic of today. Sorry for digressing there, but the most influential person in your life and why? Hey everyone, I am so excited to announce that the Unlock the Leader Within membership is finally launched and live. This segment is brought to you by our very own No Woman Left Behind. The Unlock the Leader Within membership was designed to empower you in your corporate career to advance your career with confidence. Confidence is so lacking these days. When you join the Unlock the Leader Within membership, you will gain the ability to become a high performer. You will have your custom career roadmap and more than anything. And the thing that's most exciting to me is that we will build an amazing community of like-minded, ambitious professional women that are there to help and support and learn from each other. This incredible membership is up and running, so check it out. Go ahead and scan the QR code over here, or if you're listening to this episode, go to the episode website and click on the Unlock the Leader Within membership to check it out. And now back to our episode. When have you felt incredibly influential in your life? So what was it that you accomplished that gave you that influence? And then how or what do you believe allowed you to be so influential for that particular situation? Again, we're talking about how have you been impactful in your life? And then where do you wish that you could be more influential? Like, where in your life do you feel that you could have more impact, whether it's work with your teammates, with your boss, maybe with other departments that you work with? And what could you do to increase your influence? So every time I ask you one of these questions, then you're going to tell me, you're going to answer the question, and then I'm really good at kind of detecting. uh, so sometimes I'll hear somebody say, oh, I worked on this little project, when it actually turned out to be a big project. So I kind of go back to, tell me a little bit about why you chose the word little project. And then the person's like, oh, I didn't even realize that I chose that little project. So they're minimizing their influence in that particular project, which is a big deal because you can't see your blind spots, right? That's why I'm here. That's why I'm working with you as a coach, because I want to uncover those blind spots. And what could you do to increase that influence? So we'll have a whole conversation about that. And then the last question that we'll ask in this session is, how could you influence someone else in your life, whether it's your spouse or your kids or your parents or sisters, friends, whomever in your life? How could you influence them in your life? And so I'll tell you a story of one of my clients. This client has some family members and they're siblings, and they're a little bit older than this individual. And this individual is telling me that that they were asking some of their family members, some of the questions that I asked them. And they were exerting influence and they were just having a conversation. So that's really cool because they're now influencing others in their life. They're making an impact, a good impact to others in their life. And I thought that was super cool because a lot of times we don't necessarily realize that we could have that positive influence on other people. And by the way, I am coaching somebody in my family that is in high school, and this program works for high school students as well. So it's not just adults, but this high school student that I'm coaching is getting the benefit, and they may not be able to process everything as we adults because they don't have that life experience. But at least to me, this program is bringing awareness of how they could be in their life. So, well, with that, this session closes out this mini series of high performance coaching. Now, we continue to work on different topics throughout the rest of the 12-week session. So again, this would have been session 6. So there would be 6 more weeks of work that we would have ahead of this in the program. So we continue with similar types of situations and topics. And again, it is a program that builds from one week to the next. So I'm always going to be going back to, okay, think about it from the energy perspective. Think about it from the courage perspective. Are you being influential? Where's your productivity? Things like that. So we're always going to be bringing those topics back. And it's important, again, for you to think of this as a compounding effect. And by the end of the 3 months, you are going to have some great breakthroughs and uncovering blind spots, and you're going to have more courage, and you're going to have a whole different way of thinking and feeling. Now, granted, if you don't use it, you will lose it, right? So you need to continue with all of the thought process, the all the homework, the assessments, the journaling, all that stuff. But it's baby steps, right? So you have to incorporate, and that's why we do 1 week at a time. So if you ask me, okay, Rosie, let's do it 12 days in a row. Well, I'm going to say no, because you need time to process the information. You need time to think about the topics. Situations are going to come up through the week that you're going to be able to use that topic, and you're going to come back to me the following week and say, oh my gosh, this was really great because I used this topic in this situation and it was so good. So we definitely need a week in between each session so that you can process and understand what happens from week to week. And again, I'm a career coach. So if you are looking to focus more on business and career, then that's what we'll do. If you're focused more on personal life, then that's the track that we'll take. So it's customizable by the person, and it depends on the goals that they want to do. So I hope that this has given you a little bit of a glimpse as to what certified high performance coaching is. And if you are interested in the high performance coaching, by all means, we could do a 1-hour strategy call, and you'll get a little bit of the same flavor of what you heard here in the last 4 episodes. And if you want to proceed, then that's great. If not, at least you got a solid hour of good takeaways that you can go back and apply to your life. And if you want to continue to become a high performance client, or I'm sorry, a high performer, then you just remain a client and we do another 12 sessions after that. But to me, it has been a life-changing program, because not just for me as a coach, but every time that I'm coaching people, I'm learning how they interpret the different topics, how they are using the topics in their lives. So it's my dream to continue to be a high performance coach as long as I can, but I love this work. I think it is very impactful. I think it is very enlightening, and it'll uncover a lot of your blind spots. So If you are interested in this, you can go to my website, No Woman Left Behind, or you can send me an email at rosie@nowomanleftbehind. So you can contact me in a variety of ways. I'm on LinkedIn. So again, contact me any way that you are able to. So with that, remember to be brave, be bold, and take action.